Okay, so here I've got the first rough grade on the ditch. I got a lot of sticks and clumps to pick out. I can't really get it too flat at the moment, but you can kind of see the shape here. I think the drag with heavy weights is really what's going to finish it off for me here after a few passes. Alright, so here's a look. I took the box blade over it, and what I really just tried to do was knock some of the hardened humps down, like you could see right there. So it's a little humpy because it's all hardened underneath, and the blade can only cut so much. But I have the basic shape down. I think I'm going to run the disc now just to loosen it all, and then run the drag and hope it holds this hill shape like I want it. Alright, so here's a look after running the disc over it, probably 3 to 4 passes. At first I thought I was just going to go slow and kind of loosen it up, but those hard pack areas stayed in between some of these rows of discs because I was going slow. So I ended up having to go over it 3 or 4 times to get it cut deep enough to hopefully get rid of the humps and swales. Or at least most of them. I mean, this ain't a golf course. It ain't no city subdivision. We're out in the country, but it'll be a really nice lawn anyways. Hey, Kapper here, and the time has finally come to plant our front lawn. Been waiting for this for a while, but I'm going to show you how effective a very low-tech tool is for grading. The timeless drag. And I know it works because I used to work for a landscaper part-time friend of mine a long time ago, and even though he had a power rake, also known as a rock rake, he would always finish lawns with an ATV and a drag. Very low tech, but that would be his final grading on lawns. So I'm going to modify it a little bit here by adding a lot more weight to it, and I'll show you why, but let's take a look at what I'm starting with. Alright, so this is disced up dirt. You could see here how deep some of these furrows are, okay, and just how rough this is looking right now. So I am going to take and I don't have the rock rake or power rake. That's probably a $15,000 piece of equipment. But this is going to prove that just with a tractor you can do a lot of this stuff yourself. So let's throw the drag on. I tow the drag with my tractor because I put a lot of weight on it, and I have blown out clutches in four-wheelers trying to do this. So I pull it with my tractor because when it digs and makes a huge pile of dirt on the drag, that is a lot of physical drag on the machine. So the tractor can handle that very easily, where a quad or a four-wheeler or side-by-side, you're really going to strain that motor out. You can see up here at the top of the hill, this was all weeds from before. So this might be a little rough up here, we'll see. Okay, I got the drag set up. This is over 200 pounds. These lead ingots are 65 pounds each. That's 195 between the 3 of them, plus whatever the drag is, 20, 25. So we're looking at almost 2 1/4 for weight, which is why I use the tractor. And you'll notice I use a chain in these. I like triple wrap these to try and keep them from sliding all around. I don't use bungees anymore, you just break them. So whether you use bricks, big logs on here, tires, whatever, strap them down good. Otherwise you're just going to break bungees. So let's put the drone up, see if we can get some decent footage.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, world seems small, we can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Bam! Just like that. All right, here's a look after the drag. A lot of dragging. There's still a couple of swales in here that I don't really like, so decided I'm going to put a little more time into it. Break out the box blade and just try to knock those swales down a little bit, because I don't want to till it again or disc it. Then it would be just too loose for planting. So I'll try the box blade and see how that goes, just knocking the little tops off. Alright, I took the box blade over it and knocked down the humps. I could see it's not quite perfect, but it's as close as it's going to get for a country lawn. This ain't no subdivision. So I'm going to run the drag over it once more with the four-wheeler for a little bit of speed, and that should really smoothen her out. Alright, I got a few humps that I don't really like, so I'm experimenting. I've had some luck with this grading method. I'm going to curl that bucket all the way back like this, and I'm going to grade down that hump. I did it right next to the ditch there, and it turned out that pretty much perfect. So let's try it again, see if I can do it again. You probably can't see it, but there's a hump right here. Right to the left of that tractor track, that's a hump. Right, and here is about the finished product. Really nice, turned out pretty darn good. And it's compacted, so it won't really lose its shape. Whereas if it was soft from tilling or disking and you really didn't drag it 1,000 times, it'd be soft and you'd get more dents and things like that. So now it's time to seed it, and we're gonna have to water it. I don't have straw ready for this place, so it's gonna just be water a few nights. Now it is completely finished. You can see I ran the cultipacker opposite the hillside, which was a fun thing. I didn't even want to run the cultipacker because this was such a perfect seed bed. It was packed down except for the top 1/4 to 1/2 inch was soft. Everything else was hard packed from all of the work I did on it. So we're going to start hammering it with water. We don't have straw, and at $6 a bale, we're going to do without. So we're going to hit it with water every evening and see how she goes. And of course there's the city inspectors coming to see if the new lawn is going to meet the requirements of the subdivision. Now inspecting the runoff ditch. Not sure if this is sloped quite just enough. What do you think, honey? What do you think, Marv? The rookie, yeah, it'll work just fine. What about this new gravel here? Did you guys look at this part? And of course then the thieves arrive, looking for goodies in the fresh dirt. That's why I didn't put wheat or oats in there. So it's only grass seed. But let's get rid of them. Scram! Yeah, go on, leave my grass alone. Attaway. Alright, here's a good morning look on September 22nd. We've been watering it pretty much every night except for the few days we've gotten rain. But it's starting to come in pretty nicely. The ditch turned out pretty good. reduce the light there. And it's coming in nice. It's so hard to visualize that this is going to be a really nice lawn. And yet another savings, you know, to hire someone to do this would have been probably at least $2,000, maybe even $3,000, when you consider all of the dirt work involved and the grading and the various machines. So another DIY project down out of the way towards the country living dream.